Let's talk about how to compute the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix. First of all, the fact that a 3 by 3 matrix is a square matrix tells us that we could define the place signs for every single element in that matrix. So for any square matrix, when you look at the first row, first column element, in this case A, it's going to be positive. And then you alternate from there. So plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. Those are the place signs for the elements of my matrix. Next thing I need to establish is a minor. Every single element has its own minor, and to find it, what a minor is, for example, we'll look at element A. To find its minor, I have to cross out its row and column and compute the determinant of the leftover matrix. And the determinant of this leftover matrix is the minor of element A. The last piece of information I need to establish is something called the cofactor. Every element in a matrix will also have a cofactor. The cofactor is basically the product of the element's place sign times its minor. Why am I saying all this? Well, to compute the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix, it's basically the sums of the cofactors of a certain column or row that we pick of the matrix. So let's actually see what I mean by this. First, I'm going to give my matrix an identity. I'm going to call it M. And to compute the determinant of matrix M, I will first decide what column or row I want to start with. Any choice that I make will give me the same answer, so it does not matter. I could choose this one, or this one, or this one, whatever. Does not matter. I personally like to choose the first row, so that's what we're going to do. So let's look at the first element. So if this is what I'm going to be using, I'm going to look at the first element, A, and I'm going to compute its cofactor. What the cofactor is, again, is the place sign. In this case, it's positive, so I don't need to change anything, times its minor. To find the minor of A, which we just did, we cross out the row and column and compute the determinant of the leftover matrix. And just as a reminder, the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix is just crossing the terms. It's, in this case, A times D minus CB, or BC, does not matter. The minor is E times I minus FH. And now I can move on to the second element. In this case, the place sign for B is negative, so I will multiply by negative, and then multiply by the minor of B, so I will cross out its row and column, and I will compute the determinant of the leftover matrix, so D times I minus GF. And then the final element, C, C's place sign is positive, so I will add it. And then I will multiply it by its minor, so I'll cross out the row and column and compute the determinant of the leftover matrix, so DH minus EG. And that's basically the determinant of this 3 by 3 matrix. So now that we see it in its general form, let's do an example. Let's say I have a matrix T, it's 3 by 3, and I'll give it actual numbers this time. 1, 6, 3, 5, 2, why not? Okay. So again, you could choose whatever column or row as you like. It will give you the same answer. I will do what I always do and choose the first row. And so this time let's try to do it even faster. So first element, 3, its place sign is positive, so I don't need to change any signs. And then I compute its minor. 1 times 2 is 2, minus 5 times 6, which is 30. And then moving on to the second element, 2, because it's over here, its place sign is negative, so we have to make it negative 2. And then I will multiply it by its minor. 0 times 2 is 0, minus 3 times 6, which is minus 18, and then we add 5, because the place sign is positive, we don't need to change the signs, times the determinant, or its minor. So 0 times 5 is 0, minus 3 times 1, which is 3. You could use a calculator, but who needs a calculator when you have a brain? So 3 times 2 minus 30 is negative 28, minus 2 times negative 18, plus 5 times negative 3. I'm going to show all my steps, and that's why I'm taking more time than I usually would. But I also want to not make mistakes, so I will take my time doing this. 3 times negative 28 is, 3 times 8 is 24, negative 84, minus 2 times negative 18. Negative times negative makes it positive. 2 times 18 is 36, plus 5 times 3 is 15. So this is negative 84. 36 minus 15 is 21. And that gives me negative 63. And that's it.